Here we're given a function f of x equals 3x plus 6. We are to evaluate f inverse of negative 6. Since we're asked to evaluate the inverse function, but we were given not f inverse but f, let me remind you the relationship between a function and its inverse. It turns out if you have a function f that is 1 to 1, then the relationship between a function f and its inverse, f inverse, is such that the input of a function is the same as the output of the inverse. Moreover, the output of one function would be the input of the inverse. So one way to take advantage of this is to take the question that I am to find that's written in terms of f inverse and rewrite it in terms of the information given, which was just the function f. So for example, I'm supposed to evaluate f inverse of negative 6, but since I'm given the formula in terms of f, I'll rewrite the question in terms of f, and doing so, I need to take my input and my output and switch them. So since negative 6 is the input into f inverse, it'll be the output of f. And since I'm trying to find the output of f inverse, that's the equivalent of finding the input in terms of f. So this turns out it's quite simple. There's two places to substitute a number into a formula. You can replace the input variable x with something, or you can replace the output variable of a function with something. In this case, I'm trying to find the input into f that gives me an output of negative 6. So I'll replace the output variable f of x with negative 6. So here's my original function. I want to know when the output variable is negative 6. So I replace the notation for the output of f with the number negative 6. And now I simply solve for x. Subtracting 6 on both sides, this would be negative 12 is equal to 3x. Then dividing both sides by 3, I get that x is equal to negative 4. So to show what we just found, you could check this by simply replacing x with negative 4. Replacing x with negative 4, we'd have 3 times negative 4 plus 6. 3 times negative 4 is negative 12, and negative 12 plus 6 is indeed negative 6, which was what we were asked to find in the question. Since f of negative 4 is negative 6, then by definition, since f is 1 to 1, f inverse of negative 6 would be negative 4. So I've evaluated the inverse function at negative 6 and found the value to be negative 4. It's interesting to note that the alternative way to do this problem would be, rather than translating the given information from f inverse in terms of the given information f, I could have instead taken the function given me, followed the process to find the inverse function, and if you know how to do this, this comes out to be that the inverse function in general is x minus 6 divided by 3. Then, since I've found the formula for f inverse, I simply could have plugged in negative 6 into the input variable. So replacing x with negative 6, I would get, once again, negative 6 subtract 6 is negative 12. And then since we're dividing by 3, that would simplify to be negative 4, the same answer we just got a few seconds ago. F inverse of negative 6 is negative 4.